Uh, well, with that vehicle, we could cut our traveling time. Could dramatically cut our traveling time.
Actually,
think she
realistically
said that.
speaking, from your 1920s mentality, Douwe, an
Mm.
automobile here in the jungle would be completely unfathomable. I mean, it wouldn't be able to move without paved roads.
True. However, the woman clearly has gotten that vehicle here for some reason, or it's a relic.
Maybe it can fly.
A flying car.
I look
Yeah, you've
over
actually
at
heard one of your fellow Centurions, Stan Rocket, who has a rocket car, so maybe that's also some sort of a rocket car.
Wait a moment. No. They couldn't be involved in this. It is unfathomable.
I look over at Dr. Stoltz and I say, well, why don't we make ourselves known?
Very well. You say she is talking into her hand, yes?
Yes, she was talking into her hands, but I think she's communicating with some kind of spirits. That is the doctor.
Very well. Then we must first take care to remove the amulet that she is using to communicate with her spirit. Yes?
Yes.
For us Europeans, we must first disrupt her communications by removing herself from the radio that she has.
I feel insulted.
My apologies. I'm just trying to make myself as clear as possible.
I am not stupid, just primitive.
Duly noted.
Well, Shadow of the Jungle has the best stealth out of us, so maybe he could use climb on the treetops and whatnot and use some somehow stealthily take it.
You want him to drop into the vehicle? He can't drive?
Nope, you want him to get the drop on the woman should that be not necessary.
Ah, okay, cool.
Use
Yes.
Do it like Tarzan, use those whatever things like that.
Yes. And we will use charm to sweep her off her feet.
Well,
Yeah, we are German scientists.
I was just thinking
Yes.
if there is anything on the
Charming German
trees
scientists.
that could be used as what sort of ropes. What's that word that we Tarzan?
Vines?
Actually,
Yes, vines.
Fine.
Actually, I'm thinking that we should the shadow should hide and do his mysterious shadow trick. The three of us should rock up to her and then let Dr. Faust do his philosophy on her.
Charming philosophy.
Yes. And then the American and I will try and charm her. She will not know what hit her.
Yes. And none of you have that skill.
Nope.
I even forgot what it's called because none of you have it.
Persuasion. Something like
Rapport. None of you have rapport, so good luck with that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Richard. Oh, Richard has 1 rank in rapport. Oh, there you go.
that. Good. Apparently the American and I will then charm her off her feet.
With that skill you don't have.
Charm her.
You could try to bribe her.
But first we need to start talking and
Okay.
find out what it is that she wishes.
Yes. In any case, what's the plan? So Dries is first gonna go stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you climb into the trees and stuff.
Yes, and I vanish again.
Okay.
Mhm.
Give me a stealth roll then first, please.
I'm gonna reroll. It's Jungle Savage.
Okay. Taking a fate point.
That's better. That is a grade 4.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So, the rest of you three could just come up to her?
Yes, and we will open up with Mr. Faust doing philosophy.
She's
Is
like...
that every...
Hold on for a moment. Hold your train of thoughts there for a moment. When you're coming up to her, she's like just like opening the door of the Jeep. I'm just gonna call it a Jeep because you've now seen it's a Jeep. And but for you guys, it's a futuristic automobile because Jeeps don't exist.
True.
In any case, she's like pulling open the door, and when you come up to her, she like looks towards you, a little startled, and you now see her face, revealing that she's a rather attractive Asian woman in her mid-20s, wearing round glasses. And she immediately looks defensive. She like takes a step back and she starts like reaching into her coat. So
take it away, Ferdinand. Yes. Take it away.
That every wheel must consider every other wheel its equal would be a principle hostile to life, an agent of the dissolution and destruction of man, an attempt to assassinate the future of man, a sign of weariness, a secret path to nothingness.
Were you quoting somebody?
Well, all of my philosophical sayings are quotes.
Oh, but who are you quoting? So because I'm rolling academics.
I think it was Nietzsche who said that.
Okay, and she quirks an eyebrow. You know Nietzsche, but why would you start quoting it all of a sudden here in the middle of the jungle? I find this highly suspicious. Who are you people? Identify yourselves. She's still like holding her hands in her
and you see
coat.
You see Bill move his right arm to his midriff as he puts his left arm behind him and takes a bow. I, my dear beautiful lady, am Bill Hex. And these are my associates, Dr. Stoltz and...
Greetings, Fräulein.
Mr. Faustin.
May we ask what your name is, Fräulein?
Richard, roll me a deception.
Why? I'm not being deceptive.
Oh, because there's a fool.
But you are planning to attack her.
I'm not planning anything of the sort. I'm trying to just talk to her at the moment.
But you're planning something.
We have an ace up our sleeve.
I have my bow at the ready.
I am not planning to do anything. I am actually just talking to her.
So you're not gonna attack her and you're not gonna steal her car?
Well,
no, that's not my plan. My plan was just to chat her up.
Indeed, we will charm her. Get into her car. Or was it pants? Well, either one.
You're still planning something. Sorry,
No, I'm not. Bill has no ulterior motives other than chatting up the attractive Asian.
So, when everybody drives off, you're gonna stay there and take care of the woman.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Come on.
First, we'll find out who she is and what's going on. And then, it will happen.
There is no ulterior motive behind Bill Hex's motives.
Okay, you guys are really, really, really nice and stuff. You just want to give a girl who's stuck in the jungle a hand, okay.
Except I want to give her a hand, who's aiming at her hand in your coat.
It depends on what is the story here. Who is she? What's she doing here? What's that device?
Okay, continue.
And like I said, as I said before, my dear lady, my name is Bill Hex. These are my associates, Dr. Stoltz and Mr. Faustin. And we are just passing through, so to speak, and who might you be?
You're passing through in the middle of a dense jungle full of highly dangerous animals in the middle of a
Deserted?
Desert. There we go. In the middle of a deserted island. I find this highly suspicious.
Of course it's suspicious. I mean, just look at us, right? But then again, you could say the same thing about a beautiful, attractive woman such as yourself being all alone in this kind of jungle, especially with a vehicle. I mean, in this jungle terrain, a vehicle, wouldn't that be more of a hindrance than it would be like, a boon?
Dowell?
Yes.
Actually, I think, Dowell, give me a quick alertness roll.
I have... One moment. Yes, it works. Rolling. Yes, I have a good for alertness.
Good enough. She's sizing all of you up.
Very well. Well, it is not uncommon for a woman who is all alone to have a good look at men.
No, really, she's like looking towards your sides for signs of guns and stuff like that. She's specifically looking for spots like that.
I see.
That's why I don't carry a gun.
And she like...
I-
And at the moment, and she's like examining Bill Hicks's gauntlets and stuff like that.
Are you planning violence, Fräulein without a name?
I have a very big gun in my trousers.
I have a carabine on my shoulder or on my back or something. I am armed. I'm just asking it outright, and let's see how she reacts to that.
There's like silence.
My dear lady, it is only common courtesy when one introduces themselves.
Yes, they're right here. I'm going to need reinforcements. Please track my location.
And
That's how she reacts.
okay, I will. Right. I think it's time for initiative.
And she just puts it away and smiles at you.
And now it's time for it is time for violence. Hooray!
You would attack an unarmed lady?
My dear lady, you just made a mistake. I am so sorry.
She like holds up her hands. I am unarmed.
I don't care.
An easier target. Perfect.
I'm merely the doctor's assistant.
Yes,
You
and what
were
is...
the doctor's assistant, and Bill jumps at her.
Gentlemen, she is
Let's put an
stalling...
arrow in her knee.
She is stalling us for time so that a reinforcement can arrive and rescue her.
Like I said, Bill jumps at her.
I
As he
jump-
said, you were the doctor's assistant.
And I jump the car!
Okay. Everybody roll roll alertness then. Yep.
Perfect.
Great.
That is great, yes.
Reese has a great.
I got a great.
Oh my goodness! I have
Noted in the chat.
I have
That's a good roll.
I have a fantastic.
Wow.
I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm going to... she has a stunt called on top of it. I'm gonna use a fate point to let her go first.
Very well. Let me guess. She's going to jump in the
Alright.
car and drive away.
You'll see.
Or she gets on top of us.
So Tris has a great, Spoofdom has a great, Richard has a great, and I have a fantastic. And she has a whatever she has.
That's the one I was using. Here we go. Okay. She suddenly pulls out this this metal tube with like a long flexible piece of metal attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
She swings it around and Where's your gun at the moment, Dawo?
The dragon pops up.
It's stuck to my backpack. Since carabine, you don't really. carry
She's
it
gonna
around.
attack your backpack strap then. It actually the metallic the flexible piece of metal starts like suddenly crackling, and she does like this noise, and she then attacks you with it. It's some sort of metallic electrified whip.
Huh. Intriguing.
Okay.
Shouldn't I actually go first because I was aiming at her the entire time? But anyway.
Yeah, Dries, but she moves faster than lightning all of a sudden. Like I said, I spent a fate point. To make her go first.
Well, at the very least, we can grab her car.
Dries, yeah, nobody noted Dries'
Yes, I did. Great.
You didn't note it down.
I did. It's under lightning gauntlets, just above Swoofnums.
Oh, okay. That's confusing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a bit.
Anyway. That's a pretty good roll. Defend yourself. I think you're gonna want to roll athletics or something.
Yes, indeed. Since I am currently unarmed, this should be hilarious. I am lucky today. I'm feeling fantastic for dodging.
Fantastic. Okay.
Fantastic.
Wait, let me just. Okay. Sorry, Dawa. The straps are cut. You receive slight shock, but nothing to worry about. You don't take any actual damage. And backpack drops to the ground. You have the aspect unarmed. No, unbackpacked.
Backpack.
It's a bad situation.
Backpack.
No, what to call this aspect? Backpackless?
No.
Unpacked.
Unpacked.
Yes, unpacked.
That's a good one, Richard. Unpacked. Actually, take a fate point, because helping your GM is rewarded.
Woohoo!
There you go. Okay.
Huh. Okay.
Right. So you can't quickly draw your rifle anymore. You'll have to spend an entire turn getting it and stuff. Okay.
Fucking amazing.
Who's up next? Oh wait, I didn't note this down yet. Next it's Dawa, and the rest of you are all together, I guess.
It's Dries.
I am going to think for a moment. And let the other guys go first.
Okay.
Well, Dries is supposed to go before anybody, I think.
Since you're all on great, yes, you can decide who goes first.
Hold on, Dries. No, it's logical that he goes first. Was Puffnum also on great? Okay, then he goes third.
Well,
No,
doesn't
wait.
matter.
Actually, no. Number two is Dawo.
Mm-hmm.
Crap,
Oh,
can I
yeah.
do this somehow? I can't.
No. So
It's
just
fine. I'll go after
retype it.
Dries. I'll just go after Dries.
Real.
fine.
Okay, if you're fine with it. That's a good sport, Dawa.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a hero point in a moment. I mean a fate point. And then it's Spuffnum, and then lastly it's Richard. Makes it sound like he's slow, but you all roll really high. Okay. Yes, Dries, what do you do?
Like I said, I was still aiming at her, so
Yes.
I shoot the tube out of her hand.
Wait, you were aiming? Give me a quick weapons roll to create an aiming aspect. You have to declare these things.
I
Clearly.
already said that.
He's
Yeah,
been
but not that
aiming
you're-
the whole time the conversation was happening.
Yeah, but you should have said I'm creating an aspect for that.
To be fair,
That's just superb. 5.
Okay.
To be
as-
fair, we're still not completely used to this system.
Yeah,
we're
no,
used
sorry.
to just
Yeah,
aiming.
good point. Okay, Dries, you get one
Yes?
free invocation of like in your sights or whatever you want to call it. No, in your sights not good.
Mhm.
Let's just call it
In
sniping
me
position.
sight.
Let's call it sniping position.
In me sight.
And as long as she doesn't really move much from her current location, you can invoke it again at the cost of a fate point. But yeah, as
That's
soon
good.
as she starts moving a lot, you lose it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead.
So I
attack her.
use that right now.
You want to disarm her, you said?
Yes, and I disarm her.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's roll for weapons. So I already have a +6 then, or what?
No,
You're
you
using
can
your bow,
use a
right?
free invocation. You don't have to use it.
Okay.
But maybe you should, just in case she
I'm
moves.
gonna roll. That is. Let me quickly see. Let's cancel each other's sounds. That's still a 5.
A 5.
happy with that?
Are you gonna use a +2 on that, or what?
Yes, why not?
Also note that I put the active aspects in the Google chat.
So that's
Yeah,
a
I can see
7.
that now.
Right? 4 out of 5 is good.
Wow, you actually pull it off by 1. You notice actually she sees the arrow coming and she tries moving out of the way, but it's too late and like strikes it just into the cylinder, and the force is too much for her. She can't hold on to it, and it is flung out of her hand.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's disarmed. Next, it's Douwe.
I will do what the more strategic thing would be. I will jump the car and start examining it, trying to find out how it works, by looking at the instrument time required to drive it.
Okay, your backpack's still on the ground.
Good.
Just saying.
That's not really an issue right now.
Okay. Goodbye, lightning gun. Okay. Next it's
What?
Hoffman.
Don't I get a science roll to figure the damn thing out?
What? Oh, sorry. I completely. Give me an engineering roll. It's engineering,
That's
really.
for engineering to the...
Wow, neutral.
It's a great.
Okay, this is clearly some sort of futuristic automobile, but it still works like an automobile. That's the gas, that's the brake, this is the steering wheel.
Very well. It doesn't have an altitude meter.
No. But
Then it
you're
probably
like,
isn't
wait,
either.
it has like the tires are much bigger than what you're used to, and it seems to have some sort of spring contraption built into it to probably absorb the shocks. So you think this is some sort of all-terrain automobile? How futuristic.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Yes.
Did you create this? Did you build this yourself, Fräulein No Name?
Oh, and
Or is
since
it on
you
loan?
hold on, since you were examining it, I'll just give you all the details. On the dashboard of the Jeep, there's some sort of a round screen that's like glowing, and it's showing a map of the island. And there's a green blinking dot marked in the middle of the island for some reason.
I will examine the map next turn.
Also, there's some sort of communication device, like a radio there too.
Very well.
Yes. So you asked her a question if she made that herself.
Yes.
She doesn't respond. She seems to be occupied for some reason.
I wonder why. But at least I am distracting her a little.
Okay, next it's Richard, I think? No, Spoofnum.
Okay, I think. So, what's my position in relation to her? Am I behind her or
No,
in
you're
front or
all
what?
more or less standing in front of her because you approached her, right?
Okay.
Except for the
Although
doctor
now
who's
I am
now
in
the
the
car.
car.
Yeah.
Vroom vroom.
Okay, I think I will do a. Well, I don't really need to combine anything with a block because she isn't really attacking. But I think I will do a double knife edge chop to her neck. Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
statistical
it's
cricket.
great.
She's gonna try to evade it with her athletic movement. Wow, I'm rolling really well for her. Yeah, she quickly evades your attack by like rolling backwards.
Good. That will be towards the jeep. Intriguing.
She's quite athletic for some sort of scientific assistant.
Yes.
Okay.
Perhaps
next,
she's a hired killer, a hired
Richard.
assassin.
Bill Hex is going to, he's gonna sigh deeply, and he's gonna say out loud, "Sorry about this, ma'am," as he jumps behind her, and he's going to use his tag the lightning aspect, or lightning gauntlet aspect, and punch her in the back.
Electrocute the lady. It is a plan.
Okay. You can try.
And I rolled a 7, which brings it up to a 9.
Oh, you're using the free invocation, okay.
Yeah.
Not happy with that roll. Let me see, what shall I do? I'm invoking one of her aspects. Let's see, which one?
I'm
I'm using that one.
Spoofnoom. Your martial arts stunt will be
Rerolling.
really useful right now.
Crud! Invoking another one. Yep, using that one. It's still not very good though. Crap. Oh well, yes, you hit her in the back and she yelps in pain. God damn it.
That's with a 9.
Wow.
No, she's not knocked out.
Nope, she's not an ordinary... it would seem she's not an ordinary lab assistant. Mine usually lay on the floor writhing in pain after such a shock. But accidents happen.
It was an experimental accident, but anyway.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, next it's her again. Okay. She is going to let's say she fell on the ground after that last attack. She pushes herself up again, makes like a very impressive backflip onto the car, and let me try something here. Dawa, she tries to put a gun to your head. With what would you defend yourself?
Athletics. Dodging out of the way.
Okay, go ahead.